It's been a chilly week so far in Charleston, Illinois. The week has been even colder for the journalism department of Eastern Illinois University. The department lost its chair Saturday, James Tidwell. Tidwell passed away from his battle with pancreatic cancer for the last couple of years. His office manager of almost 8 years wishes she could spend one last moment with him.
I probably just sit down, have a cup of coffee, and chit chat with him about any old thing. Just, he didn't care what you talked about. He just enjoyed conversation. But I think he would rather have spent, having dinner with a student or anybody. He enjoyed talking to everyone. And it didn't matter if it was a student, a faculty member, an alum, someone in the profession. He always had something to say, and he always had an opinion on whatever you were talking about.
After a brief hiatus from teaching, Dr. Tidwell returned to teach his communication law class in the fall of 2013.
They just didn't know what it was, and then finally some students started to figure it out. Not that they weren't paying attention in the first place, but they definitely sat up and they're like, okay, well, we need to definitely focus in, because sometimes he would talk a little lighter, or he would just not have as much oomph as he usually did. And so students definitely paid attention. I sat more towards the back, as some people know, and a lot of people stood up and just stepped up and okay, we really need to pay attention. What he's saying is serious. Let's not make him strain any more than he needs to.
His personality was the same. He was the same spunky, jokey, sometimes cynical person. I mean, his mind wasn't affected. It was the rest of his body.
Dr. Tidwell had taught at EIU since 1987, and it's clear that his former student, Kelly Runyon, will never forget him.
I'll miss him. I'll miss him terribly. He walked by my office window, all the time. Okay, well. So it'll be sad to see him. It's sad to see him go.